Hello, students and friends of the BookTube/HorrorTube community. It is I, Coach Stroud, with the kind of interesting episode of Coach Stroud's What to Read While Quarantined. I guess we should call this one Coach Stroud's What to Watch While Quarantined? Not really sure. But today I want to talk to you about the movie The Dead Zone. Cha-cha-cha! Yeah. So The Dead Zone is a Stephen King novel that has been adapted into film. Now, a little bit of background information on Stephen King novels that are made into movies or TV shows. Generally, they're not very good. I mean, some of them are awesome. Like, in my opinion, the best one is the original film of Pet Sematary, where the remake that came out a few years ago was absolute garbage. And again, my opinion. Some people might disagree. However, in this situation, a Stephen King book, The Dead Zone, was made into a movie in 1983 entitled The Dead Zone. It's actually a pretty decent adaptation. Now, I remember when I first read Stephen King's The Dead Zone, years ago, it was probably 2009, 2010 timeframe, and I believe it was 2010. And then I watched the movie right afterwards, and I was actually very disappointed. I was very disappointed for multiple reasons, but I remember the two major ones is one of my favorite scenes, the whole Wheel of Fortune scene from the book, that was left out of the movie. And then the lack of Greg Stilson in the movie from how he's portrayed in the book to how he's portrayed in the movie, that really, made me a little bit upset. But not to go too far into the future, but now that I've watched it again, I've come to appreciate it a little bit more. However, both of those things keep popping up in my head. I wanted to see that Wheel of Fortune scene again. It's not in the movie, and I really don't like the fact that in the movie, it's Greg Stilson's character doesn't come in till like the final third of the film. How are you going to be a true antagonist when you're not even in half the movie? I don't know. But that being said, let me give you a little bit of background information. The Dead Zone stars Christopher Walken, and this movie again was released in 1983. Stars Christopher Walken as our title character. Why am I drawing a blank right now? Sorry, Johnny Smith. He stars as Johnny Smith, who is a man who he's on his way home from seeing his girlfriend. He gets into a massive car accident, is in a coma for 5 years, and when he finally awakens, he comes to find that his life is dramatically different. The big thing being that, one, his love of his life, the woman he was going to marry, whose name is Sarah in the film, she has now moved on to somebody else. The second thing is Johnny now has telekinetic powers. Ooh. But in a weird way, he's able to touch somebody and see certain things about their life, or see certain things about their future, their past to their future. This is a cool concept. I love anything that is ESP based or telekinetics or any kind of touch base where you see into other people's worlds. It brings out it brings out a different feeling of empathy, I guess. You're actually getting to be in those people's shoes, and I love that. I love that concept. I love stories that involve that, and Stephen King does that a lot in his stories. If you haven't noticed, there's a lot of telekinetics in Stephen King stories, or linking of people through touch. But the movie does a great job with this. Let me look up really quick. I have it pulled up here. Let's see who directed it. Sorry, David Cronenberg. I apologize. David Cronenberg directed it. Christopher Walken does a decent job. He's known for his really deadpan delivery. It's a horrible Christopher Walken impression, but there you go. The best Christopher Walken I've ever seen is the More Cowbell skit from SNL. I got this fever. It's for more cowbell. If you haven't seen that, go look at it. Again, horrible Christopher Walken impersonation. But overall, the movie is decent. It's an okay watch. It's very much 1980s. You can really, really feel the 80s flowing through there. again, one of the major hiccups I have is Greg Stilson. I think Martin Sheen does a great job in the movie of portraying Stilson, and I think he's very convincing. I would have liked to seen him earlier on in the film. There's a scene in the book that involves Greg Stilson and a dog that I don't want to go too much into, but to me, the book shows this. It opens up this light as to who Stilson really is at heart. And in the movie, it's just like, oh, hey, here's this guy, and he's all lovey-dovey, but he's secretly a bad guy. You know, that's a trope that's been done 1,000 times before. I like the book because it kind of gives you an insight into that progression of this awful person. Anywho, so would I see the movie? Sure, go see The Dead Zone by Stephen King. I believe it's on Hulu right now. Give it a watch. It's good. It's about, I don't know, hour and a half long. It's decent movie. It's got a 91% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and I think that that's way too high, to be honest. I would say it's a B movie. You know, it's a B movie. If I had A, B, C, D, B, you know, it's a B movie. But that's just it. Thank you for watching. Thanks for partaking. Let me know what Stephen King film you like, made from a book adaptation into a film. Let me know what you like. I did finish watching, and this was like a week or two ago, I finished watching the 11/22/63 series that's on Hulu, and that was amazing, absolutely amazing. I'm debating on whether or not I'm going to make a video about that because there's just so much to get into, and those of you who watch my videos know that I stumble over words like I'm doing right now, and I don't know if I can go into all that great detail, but I've never read the book of that, just watched the miniseries. Let me do my review right now. 11/22/63 miniseries, wonderful. James Franco is amazing in it. Awesome job. The only hang up I had about it was the ending was extremely predictable. However, still very satisfying and good. Now, I have not read the book, so I can't speak towards the book side of it, but yeah, you know, overall, very good series. Highly would recommend it to anybody, everybody. I like how it turned out. I like how the series wrapped itself together. I do like that, but I could see it coming, and I'm sure you'll be able to see it coming from like 30 miles away. It's very typical. That being said, still overall good stuff. Movie review and miniseries review in one video. What am I up to? Anywho, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Thank you so much for all my students out there that watch my videos. Thank you to the people who are now just discovering my channel. I appreciate it. Thank you all so much for all that you do. And yeah, thanks for making me feel like a cool person, even though it's very obvious I am not a cool person by any means. All right, until next time, people, deuces, we are out. Peace.